they started biting my legs, and I was screaming, and I was thrashing and hitting and trying to stop them, and they just kept biting my legs and biting, and they pulled me down to the ground, and I just curled up into a ball, and I was trying to protect my stomach and my face, and that's when I felt them grab my head. And they started pulling me apart, like tug of war. So one dog had me here and was pulling me one way, and two other dogs had my head and were pulling me the other way. And I could feel them ripping my scalp off. And I screamed and screamed and screamed.
Okay, shalom. Shalom. Kwam Yasha'Allah, Koholo Yimla Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Bahashim, Rakaha Kodash, double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and that by the Spirit taught us this beautiful truth. We just want to say the water to all the H.I.M and H.I.M that's out here sincerely keeping the laws, the statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh to the best of their ability. This is Yachanan Nawaf, just coming at you with another quick lesson, praying that it's edifying by the Spirit. And you know, we've been doing a lot of these Teeth of Wild Beast videos, and it's just, you know, it just shows you that the scriptures is real. It shows you that Yahweh Bashim Yahweh is real. The true name of the Father is Yahweh, which means that he exists for the existing one. And then true name of his son, which the world ignorantly calls Jesus, is Yahweh, which means that he's the savior or deliverer in the Paleo Hebrew. And you know, we always stress prayer. I was just watching the elder out in Kansas City. He was just talking about that in the video. You know, we stress prayer, man. That 1 Thessalonians, matter of fact, let me get it. Well, matter of fact, let me get this though. Hebrews 10 and 31, it says, it is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living God. Right? Because Christianity, they'll teach you that, you know, Satan done this, Satan done that. But Satan is one of those spirits that the Lord created for vengeance, which I want to grab that scripture as well. Satan is not out here just doing what he wants to do. He doesn't have free will. He works for the Lord. He's a son of God. You can get that, you know, that account pretty much in the book of Job. If you notice, he couldn't just do what he wanted to do to Job. He could only do what the Lord told him he could do to Job. He couldn't go no further past that border that the Lord set for him. And again, he's one of those spirits of vengeance that get his orders from the Lord to go and handle business on the left-hand side, right? But it's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living God. You can see that lady is fucking terrified. She's gonna be scatterbrained for the rest of her living days, you know, if she's still alive when America's done up anyway. But her just seeing the smallest goddamn dog, her seeing if she see a damn dog on TV, she gonna be terrified. Because that's a terrifying situation, man. I've been kind of like somewhat in situations like that. But, you know, of course, you know, just a dog bite. Not no shit like that, though. You know what I'm saying? And I tell this story all the time about this guy up the street, not too far away from here. I used to go on walks, and I don't even go on walks like that no more. You know, through the neighborhoods and stuff like that, because people are letting go pit bulls, man. There's a lot of stray pit bulls that's running through the neighborhood. Because people can't afford these dogs like that no more. So what they'll do is they'll just put the dog in the back of the car, drive to another neighborhood, open the back door, let them out, and drive away. Because dog food is getting too damn expensive. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is, man. I see them all the time. You know, matter of fact, I'm doing a lesson right outside of the crib right now. You know what I'm saying? Shit, I had to, you know, I've seen a few just roaming up and down the damn block. You know what I'm saying? Where I had to just run into the crib. Shit, one was chasing this little dude, this guy from school, and I seen it because I was standing in my doorway, and I'm looking at him. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I'm just screaming to him. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling him like, "Yo, come in the house, come in out." I ain't even know the young man, but you know what I'm saying? You know, I felt for him, and I opened my door and allowed him to come into the crib until that dog ended up keeping it moving. But yeah, that dude was scared as shit, man. He was running hard as hell. But he's seen, you know, I yelled at him like, "Yo, come on, come." He ran up in the crib so fucking so fast, and he was very appreciative too, man. He was like, man, thank you. But he was scared as shit to walk back outside because he had to go on home. You know, I didn't know. You know, it is what it is. But let me get this one. I quoted it. That pray without ceasing. 1 Thessalonians 5:17, and it reads, pray without ceasing. It's just 3 words. Pray without ceasing, man. Okay, so let's get this Ecclesiasticus 39:28. Starting there, I'm going to read down to verse 31, though. But it says, and this is also known as the book of Sirach in the 1611 King James Bible. And it says, there be spirits that are created for vengeance. And Satan is one of those spirits, man. Which in their fury lay on sore strokes in the time of their destruction. In the time of destruction they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. Fire and hail and famine and death. All these were created for vengeance. So the Lord, he created spirits to appease his wrath, man. Right? Teeth of wild beasts. Right? So them pit bulls, 4 pit bulls is on her, man. Can you imagine that? You know that lady had to have been scared shitless, bro. She said she couldn't do nothing but ball up and curl up in a ball, you know, trying to protect her face and her stomach. And, you know, there was this young lady not long back, maybe a couple of months back or whatever, and it was her own dog that ended up, you know, ripped her damn arm off, and you know, got all off into her belly and shit, man, hit her kidneys and all, you know, they just fucked her up, man. And again, I didn't, you know, finish the story about the guy from up the street, but he got off the city bus, you know, coming home from work, and 3 pit bulls got at him, man, and ripped his arm off. And, you know, he was just in such a bad condition. He was in ICU or whatever, but, you know, he just passed away, man. You know, and, hey, that was just one of those spirits of vengeance that the Lord sent. Now, what this dude done, what he may have done in his past life, or whatever the case may be, you know. Because the Lord, man, he'll get down on you, man. You know, that's why we always say pray, man. Pray without ceasing. Pray the Lord's Prayer. You know, pray for protection and safety, man, when you're out and about. You know, because shit, you can just walk right out of your house. I remember, matter of fact, one time, it's been a long time ago though, but there was a pit bull in the backyard, and my dad was trying to pretty much shoo him away. You know what I'm saying? But he wouldn't go nowhere. You know what I'm saying? He was aggressive as shit. So, you know, they called the police, and the police ended up shooting and killing that dog in the backyard. You know, because it was just that aggressive. They weren't gonna take no chances with him. You know what I'm saying? So they just gunned him down, man. But shit. Matter of fact, me and beloved brother Allah, he was here. I think it was maybe it's been about a month now. But we was sitting in the garage. You know what I'm saying? We was barbecuing. You know, I got the little setup out there. You know what I'm saying? Little you know, TV couch set, whatever. And we was posted up chilling and shit. And shit, a damn pit bull. You know. And it was dark too, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we barely seen him right off. But he walked into the backyard and shit. I ended up throwing him a piece of damn chicken off the grill and shit. You know, but I mean, that could have been a situation, you know what I'm saying, where, you know, hey, because he was in stealth mode. We didn't see him because it was, like I said, it was just getting dark. But anyway, it says, verse 30 again, it says, teeth of wild beasts and scorpions, serpents, and the sword, punishing the wicked to destruction. They shall rejoice in his commandment, and they shall be ready upon earth when need is, and when their time is come, they shall not transgress his word. So these particular spirits, man, they rejoice in getting that command from the Lord, man, to do you dirty, man. I mean, this is why we always say pray for mercy, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, prayers goes a long ways, man. But you have to be praying in the real names, man. Yahweh and Yahushai. You know, praying to Yahweh the Father in the name of his son Yahushai. You know, you can't be running around out here with that. I'm pretty sure she was probably calling on sweet white baby Jesus, because that's an idol, man. You got to get rid of that shit. You know? Because when the Lord brings that complete destruction to America, man, there's going to be a lot of people out here, man. They're going to be crowded up in them damn churches, them harlot houses. They're going to be praying to sweet white baby Jesus while missiles is hitting this place, man. And a lot of them are going to be Israelites, man. I don't want no parts of that shit. I'm praying to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai daily for mercy, man. Like, real talk, you know what I'm saying? Because he can put you in a real bad situation real fast. You can be living it up in one moment. Next moment, your ass is through, man. I done a lesson on, I think, what's his name? Dante West, last night. The NBA player that played with LeBron. And yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, he out on them streets, man, doing bad, man. He's out there, fucked all up. But he was up at one point. That's why you should have that healthy fear of the Lord, man. So, okay, yeah, I want to get one more. I'm not gonna keep this long. I just wanted to just, go into this. The importance of prayer, man. Pray. Because there's a lot of weirdo shit going on right now. And these people are unhinged. Road rage is crazy. The spike in crime is through the roof. You know what I'm saying? Well, the Lord did say that, in Matthew 24:12, that because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. So, even, just in general, just pray for just your safety when you're out and about, man. But this is Deuteronomy 32:39. It says, see now that I, even I, am he, and there is no God with me. I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. Right? So just so happened the Lord had mercy on her. You know what I'm saying? But that was a good, man. That had to have been a serious scare. Serious scare, bro. Like, golly, I can't even imagine, bro. Just one pit bull. Them damn dogs is powerful, man. But 4 of them, they snatch your goddamn scalp off. Come on, bro. Whew. Let's just play the video one more time, man, and end out.
They started biting my legs, and I was screaming, and I was thrashing and hitting and trying to stop them, and they just kept biting my legs and biting. And they pulled me down to the ground, and I just curled up into a ball, and I was trying to protect my stomach and my face, and that's when I felt them grab my head. And they started pulling me apart, like tug of war. So one dog had me here and was pulling me one way, and 2 other dogs had my head and were pulling me the other way. And I could feel them ripping my scalp off. And I screamed and screamed and screamed. Eggs. And I was screaming. And I was...
Okay, so, man, and there you have it, man. You know that lady had to been scared shitless, bro. Scared shitless. Can't even imagine that, bro. Like, again, it's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living God, man. So, you know what I'm saying? Hey, be on point, man. Keep your head on a swivel. Walk circumspectly. Pay attention, because a lot of people, man, they be on their phones, and they'll have them damn their earbuds in and shit like that, man. And you don't even see a damn dog coming, because people don't be paying attention. You know what I'm saying? They damn head down. That's how a lot of people be getting fucked up lately. You know what I'm saying? You got to be circumspect and pay attention to your surroundings. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, yeah, that's had to been a scary situation. You know what I'm saying? I like to do these little videos on these teeth of wild beasts, man, because it shows you that, the Lord is not messing around. Don't let these Christians fool you into thinking that, the Lord is just love, love, love. You have to realize that the Lord, he flooded out the earth and killed who knows how many souls, man. You know what I'm saying? But he only left 8 people alive. And you better believe it was women, it was children, probably more, had to have been pregnant women, old men, old women, and it didn't make no difference. The Lord still, swept their asses away, man, with them waters, man. So the Lord hasn't changed. He's still that same power. He's just not going to destroy, the planet with, with water like that no more. But he's definitely going to, just imagine when missiles get to flying this way and that type of fear. See, this lady, this fear that this lady is going through is nothing compared to the fear that's about to go down soon. So with that, I say shalom. Again, keep your head on a swivel while you out of here. And can't stress it enough, man. Pray without ceasing. It's nothing to throw up a quick prayer. Nothing at all, man. You can do it real quick.